I need a movie where Top Gun meets John Wick. It doesn't need to be great. It doesn't need to be average. It doesn't even need to be good. It just need to be, because people don't want to watch a movie. They want to watch their phone while watching a movie. So we're gonna give them that. Here are the three letters that I wrote on ChatGPT: plain thriller killer, and it generated the entire script for me. I don't need any writer. And for some reason, it asked me to cast Mark Wahlberg as serial killer. I think ChatGPT already knows that Mark Wahlberg gonna play Mark Wahlberg. For a director, we need a brave heart of a director who has passion of Christ, who can mail out this drama, and who can actually ask Mark Wahlberg to be himself by himself with himself, and who can outmatch his craziness. In this one, Mark Wahlberg will be bald. Why? Because in this one, ChatGPT told me that he needs to learn how to fly a plane, and learning is quite stressful. So he needs to be bald. And here is a tagline: you all need a plot. Sorry, pilot. Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on the video. Today we are gonna watch Flight Tricks Pitch Meeting Bara and George. Flight Tricks movie, which I watched the trailer and I feel like I have already watched the entire movie. And it has Mark Wahlberg and it is directed by Mel Brayhard Gibson. So without a further ado, let's start.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Flight Risk. Oh, hey, that's what Homeland Security calls me. What? Why? Honestly, I don't know, and it sucks because I think flying is the bomb. I love to just crash out in my seat. I have this neck pillow. It makes it feel like I'm in some kind of, like I'm in a sleeper cell. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. You might want to use language that's a little less explosive. Okay, anyway, the movie's gonna follow this U.S. Marshal named Madeline, right? And she catches this mafia accountant in Alaska. Okay, and it's gonna be pretty funny because she surprises this guy Winston so much that he has to pee. Oh, pee. So we start the movie with the logistics of
A surprising P.
having to pee while you have handcuffs on. Is this an action movie? How would you do it? How would you pee? So she has to escort them on this private flight to Anchorage, right? Right. But it turns out their pilot isn't who he says he is. Oh, interesting. Who is he really? Like a co-pilot? A hitman for this mob boss, Moretti. Uh-oh. Yeah, so
He's Mark Wahlberg. And he's a pilot. Yeah, we all can believe that.
they're gonna slowly piece together that this guy might not be their pilot. Very exciting. And by slowly, I mean that like 15 minutes into the flight, they figured it out. Oh, okay.
I feel like it was a short this was a short movie and they stretched out the entire drama.
Hey, how'd they figure that out so fast? Well, he kept blabbing on in a weird accent and his stories weren't lining up, so he could have gotten away with it if he just kept his mouth shut for a little bit. Yep. Also, why'd the assassin even bother
Why would Mark Wahlberg keep his mouth shut?
taking them on a plane ride? Why not just kill them? Because see, it turns out he's like a psycho killer and he says he wants to have fun with them first. Okay. And also, this whole premise falls apart if he goes about it logically. There it is. So then there's a big fight and Madeline tases him unconscious and that accountant Winston, he's so scared he pees his pants. Again with the pee. Oh boy. All right. But then there's nobody flying the plane
The
and
pee
it's headed
strikes
straight to the
again.
ground. Oh my god, I wonder if the flight in the movie Flight Risk is gonna crash within the first 20 minutes. Nope. Madeline stops it at the last second, but now her and Winston have to figure out how to fly this thing. Taking over an airplane is tight. Yeah, you really gotta cool it with that kind of talk, I think. I'm not hearing it. And they managed to talk to somebody on the radio for like a second, but then they lose contact because they're over like remote mountains. Yikes, gonna be tough for them to get help without a radio. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because see, Madeline employs this brilliant U.S. Marshal tactic where she, remembers she has a phone. Oh! Yes,
Tell me, if radio is not working, how is the phone are working? It must be connected to Starlink internet.
several minutes later, she's like, oh yeah, let me call my boss, Carolyn. Amazing work, very smart. So Carolyn connects her to this pilot, Hassan, who starts to guide her on how to fly. Okay, so that's very helpful. And also, he's hitting on her constantly and she's loving it. What? Oh, and then also she realizes there's gotta be a mole in her organization because they knew about the flight, so she's gotta figure that out. How? Telephonically. Okay, so she's just kind of on the phone for a lot of the movie while the bad guy's tied up and back. Yeah. Seems like it might be a little boring. Well, no, because when he's not unconscious, he's saying creepy murderer things, and sometimes he breaks free and tries to kill them. Are they not keeping an eye on him? No, they're both looking forward at all times while he does sketchy stuff back there. And why don't they just kill him? Because Madeline says she's not like him. I guess that makes sense. People do say that in movies sometimes. And we're also gonna find
Why do people say this kind of stuff in movie? That they won't do it. I'm not like him. And in the end, we all know that they are going to do it.
Find out that in Madeline's past, she had a witness die on her watch, and it was kind of her fault. Lore drop. Yeah, so it's like really important to her that nobody dies and Winston stays alive. Sure, yeah. Anyway, then she feels like Carolyn's being a little suspicious on the phone, so she decides that she's probably the mole and calls an even higher up director Coleridge. Wow, okay. So she tells him about Carolyn and then goes back to her flying lessons with Hassan. She's suspicious of Carolyn, but not the pilot that Carolyn connected her to. That's right. Well, okay then. But then Madeline realizes that one of the payments that Winston mentioned was sent to the general area where Director Coleridge has his beach house. So she's like, oh, he's the mole, probably. Oh, she suspects him now. Sounds like she's just kind of grasping at straws. Oh, yeah, just throwing wild accusations into the open, hoping something sticks. But this one does, and she's right. Oh. But it turns out
So she has probability of 50-50%.
Coleridge already started covering his tracks and had Carolyn killed. Oh no. Yeah, and then the assassin wakes up again and stabs Winston twice before getting knocked out again. She should really shoot that guy. No, she's not like him, so he's just gonna keep doing stuff like that. Right. Also, he told her that if she tries to shoot him, the bullet's gonna ricochet everywhere, it's gonna hit a fuel tank, everything's gonna explode, it's gonna be awful. I mean, she's gonna listen
I just saw the knife. She could have used the knife.
him? Yes, and it never comes up again. Anyway, now it's time to land the plane, so Hassan gets her to line up with the runway. Oh boy, well thank God she has him in her ear. Oh no, at that point he hangs up. What, he doesn't stay for the landing? Nope, and then during the chaotic landing, the bad guy is gonna get flung out of the plane and get hit by a fire truck. How close was the fire truck tailing that plane? Right behind it. Jeez. So she lands the plane and Winston gets put in an ambulance, but then the EMT is also an assassin, so Madeline shoots him in the head. Oh my God, so she's okay with doing that now? Yeah, now it's okay for her to do that. Oh, all right. So then her and Winston share a happy little moment because she succeeded in her mission and nobody innocent died this time around. Wow.
Caroline died.
Well, sounds like she got Carolyn killed this time, right? Oh, yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, well, she died, but that's, anyway, the movie's done now. Well, it sounds like a good time. And hey, picture this on the poster from the director of Braveheart, Apocalypto, and Hacksaw Ridge. So, Mel Gibson.
Mel
Yeah,
Gibson.
but I don't want to say that because people feel weird about him, but I do want to hire him and use those movies as a way to sell this one. Okay.
Why do people feel weird about Mel Gibson? Did he do something wrong? Because I just watched his movie and I watched his interview with Joe Rogan. Apart from that, I don't have any background information on Mel Gibson. But this is first time I'm hearing that people think he's weird. I never heard any of his interview apart from that Joe Rogan interview. I have no idea why people think he's weird. But I think we are in the era where people actually watch movie reviews than actually watching movies. So here is one thing that I read on Ryan Josh's video. Since pitch meeting started, the movie quality went downhill. I don't know, that's a conspiracy theory that producer actually making the movie sillier because they want to see the pitch meeting. Let me know your thoughts, and if you enjoy the reaction, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.